Good morning. Today I will discuss the very first lecture of front-end design tool VB.NET. Front-end design tool means it is used for designing the front end. That is why it is called front-end design tool VB.NET. That is the Visual Basic.NET. Since this VB, it is based on the .NET technology. That is why its name is given to Visual Basic.NET. So let's start. In this front-end design tool VB.NET, or simply we will also say this, it's a Visual Basic.NET. It is used in the, it is basically we will study this subject in the third semester of BCA, and the subject code is BCA 205. So third semester students will study this subject. The list of topics to be covered. Basically this is the first lecture, and we will discuss in this lecture what is the scheme of Visual Basic.NET, prerequisites and aim of VB.NET, what are the objectives of VB.NET, and contents in the unit, and of course we will also discuss what are the textbooks and the reference books we are going to use while we will study this subject. So this is, as I have told you earlier, this is this subject we will study in the BCA third semester examination. Here you can see the scheme in BCA 205 paper. L means lecture, so 3 lectures and 1 tutorial will be there. This course is of 4 credits course, and this is the marks description. Internal marks is of 25 marks, and external is of 75 marks. Of course, this is also a practical subject. So separately practical have also been done, and that internal practical is of 40 marks and external practical is of 60 marks. So this is basically the scheme that the student should know how much credit this course contains. So before starting this course, we should also know this thing. That is why I am just giving this scheme. Now I've come to prerequisite. What is the prerequisites of the Visual Basic.NET? The prerequisites for the Visual Basic.NET that one should have the basic programming construct knowledge. Mean to say the one should have the familiarity with the programming knowledge, how the programs are written, what are the loops, what are the conditional statements, how the this basic or the simple programs can be written. At the same time, we should also have object-oriented concepts. The student should be, have understanding of the object-oriented concept. As the students, there are object-oriented programming language like C++, Java. These all are object-oriented programming languages. So this object-oriented programming concept like inheritance, polymorphism, these inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, these all things students should know. It is a prerequisite. What are the aim? What is the aim of this to study this subject? The aim to study this subject is to understand object-oriented and object-based programming paradigm in event-based programming environment. Since Visual Basic.NET, it's an event-based programming language. We are making the programs. It's an event-based programming language. We are clicking here, event, what type of event we are making. We are using the object-oriented concept. Earlier, Visual Basic was the object-based programming language. Inheritance feature was not there, so that is why it was earlier it was the object-based programming language. Now it's the object-oriented programming language. So this is the aim of our aim to study this subject, to better understand object-oriented and object-based programming paradigm in event-based programming environment. Event means we mean to say when we are clicking here, clicking on a button, clicking on a checkbox like this. Since that is why it is written here, the event-based programming. Now, objectives of Visual Basic.NET. The objective of the Visual Basic.NET to get the knowledge about different object-oriented features and to understand disconnected architecture of .NET. Here, we will study this subject to understand what is the disconnected architecture of .NET. First of all, we will also understand what is the architecture of .NET. Architecture, we will study the architecture of .NET, and we will also see what is the understanding of disconnected architecture. Okay. So this is unit 1. In this unit 1, what we are going to study, in this unit 1, we will study introduction to .NET technology, two-tier and three-tier client server model. There is a client server model when there is a client and the server. They are interacting with each other. So there are two-tier and the three-tier client server model, or sometimes you can say n-tier architecture is there. So we will study this two-tier, three-tier, and n-tier client server model. .NET architecture, we will study detail what is the .NET architecture, features of .NET, what are the features of the .NET, what is the advantage of .NET, why we are using this .NET technology, why we are using this, we'll discuss this thing also. What is the .NET framework, and there are some terminology like CLR, CTS, CLS, what are assemblies, what are the public assembly, private assembly, how we are creating the assembly, we will discuss that thing also. Memory management issues in the .NET, how the memory is managing, of course, garbage collector and collection process. What is the garbage collection? We will discuss, study that thing also. Exception handling, like in C++, we will also study here. What do you mean by exception handling? How we will handle an exception in this .NET programming. Code access security. What is the meaning of the code access security? So all these things we will discuss in Unit 1 of this Visual Basic.NET. Now, in Unit 2, there are basically, this unit is basically dedicated for the programming concept, how we are actually writing the program. And this unit, we will also, in the first part, we will understand what is the Visual Basic.NET IDE. What is the IDE, where we are writing the program. IDE means integrated development environment. So we will understand the integrated development environment of the Visual Basic.NET, how we are creating a project in this IDE, different types of projects we can create in this IDE, exploring and coding a project, we'll write a project of code, what is the solution explorer, what is the toolbox where you can add the different tools, properties window, output window where you can see the output, object browser, all these things will comes under the category of this Visual Basic.NET IDE. So we can say this in the first part we will study this IDE. Second part we will discuss VB.NET programming language construct. What are the similarities and differences with Visual Basic? Variables, command, how we will write the variables, what are the commands used in Visual Basic.NET, data types. Every language is having some sort of data types. In this also we will study what are the data types, working with data structures, how arrays, array list, enumeration, constant, structures, introduction to procedures, calling procedures, argument passing mechanisms. These all we will discuss in this VB.NET programming language. Third part is the control flow statement. In this control flow statement, we will study conditional statement like if else, how we will provide the input box. So we will discuss in this control flow statement. Now, what we will discuss in the unit 3. In this unit 3, this unit 3 is dedicated for the GUI programming and the object oriented features. The two main things we will study in this, one is the GUI programming and another is the object oriented features. So in the GUI programming, graphical user interface programming, we will study introduction to Windows applications using form, common controls, properties, methods and events, how we can create the events, interacting with the controls. And there are some different controls like text box, label, button, list box, combo box, check box, picture box. These different control, we will see how we can create and how the actions can be performed by these different controls, whether it is the timer, list view, tree view, toolbar, status bar, and dialog controls, creating and using MDI applications, toolbars, status bar, creating custom controls and creating menus. So this all in this we will discuss this GUI programming. And the second part we will discuss object-oriented features like classes and objects, access specifier, public, private, and protected access specifier, inheritance, which we know that it is the reusability concept, constructor and overloading, overriding concepts, and of course how we will create the namespaces. This is the new term. We will discuss this thing. So this is unit 3. In unit 4, we will discuss ADO.NET, ADO topology. Actually, this ADO.NET, this part is basically deal with the database connectivity. And the next part, we will discuss the crystal report, how we can create the report with a specific tool, that is the crystal report. So introduction to ADO. ADO, we will discuss the ADO versus ADO.NET. Earlier the ADO is used, now the ADO.NET is used. So what is the difference between ADO versus ADO.NET? ADO.NET didn't namespaces, ADO.NET object model. What is the object model of ADO.NET? Accessing data from Server Explorer, creating connection, command, data adapter, data reader, and data set with OLEDB and SQLDB data binding. So this thing we will discuss. Here it is also again sometimes you are saying C1, R1, R2. This thing we will discuss. C1 means you should see this thing from the textbook 1, R1 and R2. You should refer reference book 1 and 2 for this, for study this particular topic. Crystal reports is connection to database, table, queries, building report, modifying report, formatting field, publishing and exporting report. So overall, we will discuss two things in this unit 4, database connectivity and how we are creating the crystal report. So this is all, unit 1, 2, 3, 4 description. Now, these are the textbooks, two textbooks, which is one is Visual Basics 2010 Programming Black Book by Cognate Learning Solutions, Will India, and second is the Visual Basics 2010 Step by Step Michael Halvorson PHI Publications books, and these are the two reference books. One is the Mastering Microsoft Visual Basic 2010 and Beginning Visual Basic 2010 is the Rocks publication. So these books we will refer. Of course, you can also refer if you are having some latest edition books that you can also refer. So this thing all we will discuss. In the next class, we will discuss this introduction to .NET architecture. In the next class, in the next lecture, we will discuss what is the .NET architecture. Okay, so in the next lecture, we will discuss introduction to